and today I have a tale for thee. You see, during my time in math class, I drew a lot. Most of it was doodles of dragons, and then I started to draw dragons that were more than just doodles. I had around 5, and then I turned over to one of my classmates who recently complimented a dragon I drew, and I told her to give me a random word and to pick a dragon from my entire list of different dragons. With that, I drew myself a dragon. I even made on-the-spot lore for it to make sense with the word that she chose, and she was impressed. So I decided, hey, I know that at this point I have more dragons than anything else, but what if I had 100 dragons to fill up my world? I mean, it wasn't hard making this one, so that's what I did in math class for the next few months. In total, I had 11 different pages with 100 different dragons. In total. I even drew all of my old dragons so I would have exactly 100 dragons. Looking back on them, I love most of the dragons I came up with, but some of them aren't looking so well. So I'm here revamping my dragons, or at least finally making full creature sheets and lore for them. I was thinking about doing all of my dragons in order of when they were made, which I will do after this one, but this one is a special one, and therefore earned its right to go first, and was also voted on by my friends to go first, but that's beside the point. To be fair to me, each dragon I had them choose was important similarly, but this one had to be one of the more important ones. The Cloudwalker, not to be confused with Cloudjumper from How to Train Your Dragon, is not special as a creature in general, but for an individual, welcome to the stage, one of my characters, Vetlekirsi. None of you should know Vetlekirsi, except for a few of the friends that watch my videos. Hi, thank you, I love you and appreciate you. Well, Vetlekirsi is the one and only author of the modern versions of the bestiary in the Fantasticus world, aka the world where all these creatures I've been drawing come from. Humans do tend to be scared of the unknown, and will judge a book by its cover. Yes, well, Vetlekirsi is a cloud jumper, and is an important part of when it comes to the creatures of Fantasticus. So, thank you for joining me, Vetlekirsi, for this short segment, but I can take it from here. Vetlekirsi may be an important part of my lore for this species and in all these creatures in general, but these sheets are meant to hold some information about these creatures as a whole, so that can be easily to use, free to use with credit. So I don't want too much of my personal lore in there. I will have another video dedicated to Vetlekirsi, which is why I'm not going to be talking about her much. So subscribe to learn more about her if you're curious and learn about her struggles as a dragon working among men. The Cloud Jumper is a draken, specifically a Dracomaeus, which are large-scaled carnivorous dragons that have some sort of breath weapon, aka they breathe fire, water, ice, stuff like that. The Cloud Jumper primarily eats fish and lives high up in the mountains, with the mist surrounding them that they can walk on clouds, which is why they are only seen on mountains hunting. This isn't true, however, but these dragons do rarely stay on the ground in one place for very long and are estimated to live 90% of their lives in the air. And besides some hunting, laying eggs, they are always on the move. They even believe that most of the eggs hatch while in the air, usually on one of the parent dragon's back. Sadly, even with this near constant flying, this species is critically endangered due to being hunted for their scales, horns, and wool. Their bodies are specifically built to withstand blizzards, other harsh storms, and the extreme cold, making them the perfect target to be made into a coat and other winter clothing. Thankfully, due to their mysterious nature and near constant migration, they haven't been able to be hunted to extinction. But it's also hard to study and keep track of how many there are in the world. They are labeled near extinct due to all the signs of their existence nearly disappearing. However, there are a few eggshells and feathers that remain. Out of all the creatures I've drawn this far, the cloudwalker is the only one that I've talked about when it comes to extinction and people being a threat to their existence. You should be able to learn from stories, and within this creature is a story of overhunting and being abused by humans. Even more so when you look at the story of Vetlekirsi, and from the perspective of a creature who's never seen a member of their species since they were 1.5 years old and tortured and abused by humans. The idea sparked the idea around the species, and that is why they are one of my most notable species and in the most important dragons I have ever made, not just because of Kirsi. And so I'm actually really glad that my friends just happened to pick this one without knowing too much of the content behind it. Well, with all that said, thank you for watching. This creature is free to use with credit. And if you like this video and any of my other creatures, remember to subscribe and turn on the notifications so that you will see more creatures, because I have 2 more dragons coming up shortly that I can't wait to share with you. With that said, have a good day/night, and I hope I get to see you again.